is going to keep HLE's bottom lane safe. That being said, now Kumiushi not with that flash. Very important. Faker now in a fair bit of trouble as well, as Kanavi just leapfrogs the miasma and looks to see whether he can get on top of Faker here. Not investing his flash either, knowing that Faker can flash away. But now the flash comes in. Q secures first blood, and that's Kanavi getting off to the perfect start for HLE.
A win for Kanavi.
Yeah, and this Jarvan well and truly accelerated. We set up the series saying that it's going to be largely about what Kanavi can get done. And already takes the dragon down, takes the goat down.
And they need to make this happen fast because Zeka is coming up, as we are going to see that dive here onto Zeus. Ult at the ready.
It's going to be okay. There is the public execution. The flash out of the way as Faker is not going to find the petrifying gaze. That is a lot of healing onto Zeus here. As Faker's taking up the turret, and Zeka takes him down. Overstayed his welcome greeting for the kill, and that is 2-0 here for HLE.
Heading up here to try to poke away. They want to be able to get one of these grubs at least, if possible.
And right now, all of them are going to reset as HLE with 4-man strong. There's the flash in. Cease and desist comes down. That's so much damage. They blow up Kumiushi in a heartbeat, and now the crocodile is going to dive forward. Kanavi's taken out. Delight limping away. Then Zeus teleports in to just vacate the area. That's going to be all the grubs, and T1 answer back. Ace in the hole comes on through as Peyz going to trade that with his barrier. And Kanavi is going to be blast in his way in, but is greeted immediately by Ona, taken down to 50% health in an instant. A cease and desist will follow him over, and Kanavi's just punched around like a ragdoll. Will be able to flash out of the way, but that just gets the kill over the Peyz. Oh no, another one now as it's set up onto Delight, and a double kill for the Ezreal is probably the worst news that HLE could have got.
And the T1 fans are loving it. And this unfortunately harkens back as Kuma's also in trouble here.
Oh dear, they're going for the 2v1 dive as Carrier just magically journeys his way out. Guma is going to survive just a little bit. Doran, oh dear, he wants a piece of this pie. He's just going to slice and dice his way over.
Everyone wants a piece of Kumiushi right now on this T1 squad. And he just gets taken out a second time.
The only thing that HLE still have going for them is the fact that Zeka has close to an 800 gold lead in the mid lane. That is balanced out very, very nicely elsewhere on
Guma!
There's Guma. I don't know what we're doing here. Outside of dying.
Jumping out of the bush.
Zeus going to move down towards his bottom side to catch this wave. Doran is shoving his way. But it's a 3-0-0 Renekton. And maybe even more. Cease and desist comes down. Carrier turns off the turret. And the public execution is not going to save Zeus this time. It's Ona that grabs the kill. But man, I mean, HLE are just reeling.
You can't be here.
I don't know what we're doing here. He's just going to flag and drag his way out. But Doran is going to take that first turret down and move T1 to a 3,000 gold lead.
One of his best champions, the most iconic this year.
And now booking it towards his top side of the map. Kanavi just cannot go anywhere without being discovered. Peyz finds every button, and the Jarvan finds the death chamber for the third time in this game.
This game just feels like it's hide on bush. The whole T1 squad edition is okay.
Carrier maybe in a little bit of trouble. Doesn't manage to flash away from the 90 caliber net, but there is the flash forward from Delight. Peyz keeps his bard alive, and T1 not going to be falling down in that scrap.
Had that net connected, headshot would have followed to take him out for certain. So a good flash there, but now he is flashless. Peyz is walking a tightrope here, very low on health and mana.
Bit of extra damage here towards this turret. The flash forward from Guma. He wants to get it, and he fails.
Oh, why do you go for it, Guma? I know you're behind this one, but Peyz has got the barrier. That was such a risky play, and it does not pay off.
And I've been that tilted before, Wolf. Don't you worry, we all make those decisions sometimes. Is Kanavi going to try and get out of the enemy jungle, but I don't know whether Ona is going to let him. Cease and desist is there. He follows the Jarvan over the flash forward. The two-man shockwave is just doing nothing. But Kanavi, he flashes. The follow is going to be there. And now Ona is going to chase Zeka out of this top lane. The dissonance is helping, but the Vault Breaker is going to slow him up. And I think that the Orianna will be safe for the moment. But T1, man, they only know one direction, and it's forward this game.
Kuma's hiding, tucking tail, and running between turrets. That's
my goodness, Doran just pops out of the bushes yet again.
T1 have squeezed every last drop out of the orange. There's no Hanwha life on this rift. hiding on bush, popping out of bush, and now Peyz taken over. He's fully stacked his tier. He's going to have his Muramana completed very soon, sub 20 minutes. And they're going to look for this dragon now as well. Will be their second of the game. It's an Infernal. Peyz says no Guma on this map.
Yeah, he's going to teach Guma how to do it, and that is how. Have way more money, and then just hit him a couple of times. Delight is going to try and slow up this Ezreal as Carrier takes a magical journey over. There's the miasma down, and Kanavi, I mean, he might make it towards this inner turret, but it ain't helping, ladies and gentlemen. HLE are just falling apart here in this game.
There's hardly a good choice to make for them now as they've stacked their soul laners topside here to try to get a bounty turret and try to maybe kill Doran as Zeus is waiting alongside. Doran goes forward. Here's the angle.
Yep, there's the shockwave connecting on to this Renekton. Delight is going to show up to try and figure something out as well, but I have a feeling that Doran is going to be all right. No slow to come in, and he just gets himself out of there. Now Peyz and Carrier are turning up, and HLE, I mean, they're trying to deal with this turret. The Tempered Fate goes down, though, and the Ambassador is in a lot of trouble. True Shot Barrage finishes off the Orianna. Zeus, he wants something back, but he doesn't even find the public execution. It is just privately an absolute domination here from T1 as Delight is going to run away.
Peyz is so early on in his career. He has so many kills to his name so quickly. He's moving up the leaderboard.
Well.
I know.
See whether he can find another one in this game.
He's just insane.
A whole bunch of knockups come on through. The season assist from Owner as Peyz absolutely godlike. Umayushi going to get another dose, and Kanavi, the next one to probably fall, takes the magical journey over. Arcane shifts back. He is just styling on him.
Don't let Peyz get a 2-item spike before 18 minutes or you're going to see a game like this. I want to point out also in that topside turret secure, Carrier was like a millisecond away from Tempered Fating the turret and denying them from even getting that bounty, which is all they got. They lost everything else. So this game is off the rails.
Oh man, that might be enough to get himself out of the way. Flag and Drag does come on through. Tempered Fate buys a bit of space.
They're getting Baron while the Crocodile is just fleeing. He gets away, they get nothing. And T1 get the Purple Worm at 20 minutes. A classic for T1. They're so far ahead, they could do no wrong. They could do whatever they want.
Peyz coming on over here looking to see whether he can take down this inner turret. I have a feeling he will be able to. Zeus nowhere near strong enough to contend with this Ezreal sitting on 3 items. Ladies and gentlemen, we talk about the 2-item spike. At about the time he's supposed to hit it, he picks up 3. Like this guy is just so incredibly strong. 904.
The one piece, the one advantage, and it just doesn't matter. 9-0-4 on this Ezreal. Peyz does not get the assists, he gets the kills.
And Kanavi doesn't get the wolves, I don't think, as we're going to have a look at this one from Peyz's perspective. Kanavi just extremely dead. They're going to bide their time waiting to see what Guma's going to do, and he's just going to walk a little bit southward and die. Now another one as Peyz is just going to rain these Mystic shots down. True Shot Barrage flies over. Zeka dies as an afterthought here to a very angry Crocodile as T1 will just walk in through the front door and obliterate the base of HLE. What a statement here in game number 1 in our first game of the knockout stage. T1 do not want to be going home today, and HLE, if the MSI champs want to stay at EWC, they're going to have to do damn better than that.
They certainly will, as T1, this arguably the most decisive game of the tournament here against rivals HLE.